What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On this segment, let's talk about who is the greatest movie action star of all time. Now, I'm from a particular era, so I am going to be biased. I'm going to be biased to the 80s action stars, possibly the 90s guys. Let's get into this. All right, so when you talk about movie action stars, you have to throw out some names there. Sylvester Stallone, 100%. Arnold Schwarzenegger, without a doubt. You got Bruce Willis. You could throw in, of course, Jean-Claude Van Damme. These are all old schoolers. B tier list, which honestly, Jean-Claude Van Damme is like, he's like fringe B. But B tier, you got Dolph Lundgren. Some of the newer guys, you got Jason Statham for sure. Chris Hemsworth. I don't know if I would classify him as an action star, but he kind of was like diving into that realm a little bit. So yeah, we'll throw in Chris Hemsworth for like a newer guy. Let's throw in Chris Pratt. You know, Chris Pratt's doing those Jurassic Park movies. He's doing a few other flicks in recent years that will probably put him in the action star category. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Who is number one? Who is number two? Two guys. I already mentioned them. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. I mean, you can't even compare what those guys did at their peaks and in their prime with what, quote, action stars are doing today. I mean, like their body of work, some of the movies that they did are like they're all-time classics. I mean, let's go over Stallone's resume. The Rocky films. I mean, come on. All-time classics. Rocky 1 is like so revered. You had a bunch of sequels that didn't really live up to the first film. I mean, the second one was close. The sequels were like, you know, they were fun. I love the Rocky films, maybe -5, maybe minus that last one it came out with, but 1 through 4, absolute classics. The Rambo series. Now, Stallone probably shouldn't have done the last Rambo. The film that he came out with, the second to last one, it was titled Rambo. I feel like that was a good fitting end, you know, closing the circle, the loop for John Rambo. But Last Blood, I think that's what it's called. That was bad. That was like really, really bad. But Rambo 1 through 3, freaking action classics. You know, Stallone also did Assassins, Cliffhanger, Judge Dredd, even though that was like kind of hokey, but it still was fun. This movie was okay. Get Carter, Copland's another one, but that's probably more of like a drama. Absolute legend, still doing a damn thing. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator and Terminator 2, The Running Man, Total Recall, Eraser, Conan the Barbarian. Come on, guys. I mean, yeah, for me, it's a toss-up between Arnie and Sylvester Stallone, like all-time action stars. I think you had to kind of live that era, be around at that time to understand the impact that these guys had. I saw Terminator 2 in the theater. I know just how big that film was at the time. It was absurdly popular, like a massive mega hit. Let's touch on Jean-Claude Van Damme. So we already established, and of course, my opinions. I got Arnold as number 1. I got Arnie as number 1. I got Sylvester Stallone as number 2. Jean-Claude Van Damme, like I said, he's kind of fringe B level, but Van Damme got Kickboxer, Bloodsport, Cyborg, that's real old school, Time Cop. He did The Quest. He did Universal Soldier, a few of those films. Those are fun. I'm talking about the original with Dolph Lundgren, and he did some newer ones that had Scott Adkins. Dolph Lundgren came back, Andrei Arlovsky from the UFC. Those movies were fun. Lower budget action gems. I wouldn't say Jean-Claude is number 3, but man, he's up there. You can't talk action movies without mentioning Bruce Willis. Of course, the Die Hard series. Bruce Willis is a legend. 100%. Newer age guys that I believe possibly took the torch from the older action stars. Jason Statham. You know, Jason Statham has a solid newer age body of work. I like that one car movie he had. It reminded me of that video game Twisted Metal, which is one of my favorite old school PlayStation games, which they're gonna make a movie based on Twisted Metal. That's cool. Death Race was fun. What else? The Mechanic with Jason Statham, which was a remake. I believe the original was with Charles Bronson. What else does Statham do? Oh, of course, probably the film franchise that put him on the map, the Transporter series. So Statham's up there for an action star. Let's go like way back. I don't know if you can classify him. Actually, he probably could be an action star. We're going like way back. An absolute legend, Clint Eastwood. All those spaghetti westerns, that's action. I mean, it's drama action western. Then he had Dirty Harry, the Dirty Harry series. He had these other films where he was like a street fighter. I think it's called Any Which Way to Lose. Here's a guy that had maximum potential, and sadly, he died very early, very young. Brandon Lee. Man, Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee, had so much potential. His role as Eric Draven, the Crow, like he was born to play the Crow. And I know they're gonna have like a Crow remake or reboot. I think it's with Bill Skarsgård. I don't know. I'll give him a shot, but nobody's ever gonna be Brandon Lee, the Crow. But Brandon Lee, I mean, he had so much potential. I remember he was in his movie with Dolph Lundgren called Rapid Fire. That was a cool low budget gem. But yeah, man, Brandon Lee, what a shame, what a shame. You know who else was a letdown that I thought they were gonna have an awesome action movie career? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold started well. He had it was this one movie, like it was a bunch of prisoners like on this island. The Condemned, I think that's the name of the film. The Condemned was fun, but Stone Cold, he just fell off, man. He just I think I read a quote, like it was some interview. He doesn't like doing movies. You know, his taste for it, he just wasn't his thing. I don't know. He just kind of just fell off the Hollywood train. Damn, I know I mentioned Scott Adkins. Scott Adkins is a really, really good new school guy. Oh, quote, new school. He's been around for a bit, but phenomenal martial artist. The way he can move his body, true martial artist. Just amazing action star. I don't think Scott Adkins gets the proper respect he deserves or fame and attention. Another martial artist that is utterly amazing is Marco Zaror. Once upon a time, I actually got to interview him for another podcast. That was an honor. I'm trying to think of other action stars, maybe the guys that are like not as well known. I mean, there's a ton of like B-level guys that did like a lot of direct to video. Steven Seagal. I mean, Steven Seagal had a good run. I wouldn't call him one of the greatest of all time, but he had a good run. Wesley Snipes had a good run, especially in the 90s. Passenger 57, Art of War, of course, Blade, but you know, that's action, kind of more superhero film, of course. Kind of ranting now. Yeah, just wrapping up. You know, I know I missed a ton of people. Maybe I'll do like a part 2. This is unscripted. I'm just kind of winging it from the top of my head. Number 1 and number 2, definitely Arnie and Sylvester Stallone to me. Hey, you could throw Jet Li in there. Honorable mention, Jet Li. Since we're talking about martial arts guys, Bruce Lee, technically way back, was an action star. I mean, there's so many, but like I said, the king for me, Arnold Schwarzenegger. But you guys let me know in the comment section who is the greatest movie action star of all time in your opinion. Oh, damn. How could I forget this guy? One of my favorite action stars, just actors in general, Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell's the man. Big Trouble in Little China? Come on, guys. He did this other movie called Soldier. Of course, Escape from New York, legend. But yeah, guys, drop those picks. Eager to read your comments. Thanks for watching the video. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Until the next segment, you guys take care.